morning, everybody. Just want to do a quick video for you beginner crate diggers out there. Some things to look for when you're digging through that budget vinyl. Maybe you find something you don't know what you're looking at. I'll try to help you out a little bit. First of all, in the last video I did, we talked about white label just a hair, I didn't talk about it really. What happened was there was a discussion about it. So I want to clear up what it is. Julian said it best. It's basically promotional vinyl. You usually get it before it's a mass release. It's usually a limited release of something, and it usually looks something like this. They don't get very creative with white label. It's literally a white label. Sometimes what they will do is stamp something on that white label telling you what the name of the song and artist are. Other times they'll do nothing and it'll look like that. Sometimes they'll even handwrite stuff on the white label vinyl, like on this one here. This is Yakimi 101. This has the website on it here, and then the flip side has Yakima 101 and the telephone number. Perhaps if you're interested in, I don't know, buying a real pressing of it or something. But anyway, that's promotional white label vinyl. That's what it looks like. Now let's say that you're into some newer house music or newer dance music. Ultra is one label you might want to look for. Here's a Laid Back and Whitehorse. The Ultra emblem looks like this, and they do a lot of English dance stuff. So that's the Ultra label. Here is an example of Virgin vinyl, the label Virgin. If you look very closely here, you'll see the little signature that says Virgin, and notice the label. The label often has a little triangle here. Now, but Virgin does all kinds of stuff. They do pop, they do house, they do dance, they do lots of different kinds of music. You never know what you're going to find on Virgin, but it's usually something good. I like most of the stuff I hear on Virgin. Here's another Virgin. It doesn't have that little triangle on it, but it still has a little squiggly sign that says Virgin way down here, the signature. Next label I want to talk about is Jive. This is what Jive vinyl looks like. It's usually blue and has a little Jive emblem here. Now this one says Jive House, but Jive also does a lot of rap. A lot of early rap is Jive. I think DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, I believe they were on Jive. And it wasn't all just completely mainstream, but a lot of mainstream stuff was Jive. But a lot of house was too. This is the Jive label. And typically, if you're smart about it, just look at the song titles and look at what the mixes are. If you see club mixes of things, typically you're looking at house. If you see like booty mixes or, raps and acapellas and things like that, a lot of the times you're looking at rap. Here's one of my favorite albums. This is the House Sound of Chicago Mega Mix. And it's on DJ International. I'll pull it out of the plastic for you. DJ International. If you see the DJ International label, buy the record and mail it to me. No. DJ International is primarily early house music from the 80s. So that's what the DJ International label would look like. Typically you're going to find a lot of rap and hip hop from the last 20 plus years on Def Jam. And that is the Def Jam label right there. You can't miss it. Big D, Big J, Def Jam, Russell Simmons label. And sometimes it's a white label with black letters. Sometimes it's a black label with silver letters. It can be lots of different things. But it's always pretty much the same. DJ for Def Jam. If you're into break beats, here's one you might want to keep your eye open for. And if you find it, you found some gold. Dirt Style. This is Battle Vinyl. And this is the Dirt Style label. Now normally they have completely hideous album covers. And here is just kind of a collage of their album covers. Some of them are grotesque, some of them are just camp, but here they are. This is Dirt Style. And great battle vinyl for those of you who are into that kind of stuff. Here's a freestyle label. 4th and Broadway. It's actually a subsidiary of Island Music, but you might see this if you're looking for some freestyle, some early freestyle. 4th and Broadway, right here. Here's kind of a cool early house. This is Cutting Records right here. It's got a little buzz saw as the emblem. If you see that, you're probably looking at some early house music right there. Here is Fever Records. Fever Records is actually a subsidiary of, I think, CBS. Oh hell, I don't remember. Anyway, this is what Fever Records looks like. The Fever, catch it. You'll see that emblem. This is freestyle. This is cool 80s freestyle primarily, and you probably found something real fun. Here's some more freestyle. This is actually Atlantic. This is what some of their labels look like on early freestyle stuff. It's Company B Fascinated from, I don't know, the mid-80s. Here's Epic. You've probably seen Epic. Michael Jackson was on Epic. This is Dead or Alive on Epic. They do a lot of pop music, a lot of dance music. This is the Epic label right here. Someone's vacuuming. That's nice. Here is the Motown label. If you found this, you probably found yourself some nice R&B or disco. Motown. And just kind of look at the titles and look at the years. If you look at the years and you see it's from the mid to late 70s, it's probably disco or soul. Atlantic. Here's a nice old style Atlantic label. This is actually chic right here. That's what it looks like. These are all original disco 12-inch singles. Here's Arista. It's actually in an Atlantic sleeve. I don't know why, but it is. It's just how I got it. But here's Arista. And this is disco as well. Again, it's always good to look at your dates, and if you look at your dates, you can kind of figure out what things are, especially in the 12-inch singles. TK Disco, right here. See the TK Disco label? Casey and the Sunshine Band were on TK. Anita Ward, this is Anita Ward's Ring My Bell. That was on TK as well. If you like old disco, right there is some old disco for you. Now here is probably the most notorious disco label, the ones that really brought it to mainstream, which would be Casablanca. And that's what the Casablanca label looks like. It's literally got the little, city of Casablanca in the background. In Morocco or wherever it is, right there. If you find Casablanca, you're looking at some classic disco, my friend. If you're into that, pick it up. Here's an old RCA. You've seen the RCA dog with the, looking into the old style phonograph with the horn on it. And, yeah, RCA Victor. They do a lot of disco. They do a lot of everything. So you have to look at the record title and see what it is, but that's what it looks like. Here's Blue Sky. This is a CBS label. This was disco stuff too. If you see this Blue Sky label, you're probably looking at some classic disco. And one more for you. Here is Ministry of Sound. This is a label that you're probably all familiar with. It is a UK label that's probably about 15, 17 years old, something like that. It's usually newer dance music. So just a little quick, but not complete, explanation of what some of these record labels mean when you're crate digging. If you don't recognize the artist, sometimes you can go off the label itself. And like if you're into rap, you know if you find Def Jam, you've found something cool. If you're into house, you know if you find DJ International, you've struck gold. And here you go. Casablanca, you know you got disco on your hands. So check it out. Practice and enjoy.